Hey lovers, welcome to Wedding Talk with Juliet. I hope you're having a wonderful week. So we were hoping to have Sunny in last week actually, but we had a few technical difficulties. We're waiting on some podcast gear to come in, which just hasn't arrived yet because of all the COVID-19 rubbish. So as soon as we can get all our equipment, we will definitely have her in. So I'm sorry for those of you who were really hoping to see her, but yeah, in the coming weeks we'll have her on. So we just thought we would go through a few things that we have had come up in the past couple of days and over the last kind of week or so. A lot of brides are asking us about dates for the rest of this year and for next year, and I know that we have touched on it and we don't want to harp on about it, but we can't stress enough that dates are filling so quickly. So if we have quoted you, if you're a bride that has postponed and you're kind of, giving your planning a little bit of a break because it's obviously really upsetting and it's stressful and, it's really difficult trying to plan things when everything's kind of so uncertain and we don't know when we're going to come out of lockdown and isolation and, when we might be able to have 50 people or 100 people. I know it's really, really difficult. So we don't want to put pressure on you or make it stressful. But just in terms of what dates we have left, we literally have one weekend left for November. December's completely booked out. January we have 2 dates left. February we have 1 date left. March completely booked out. April we have 2 dates, and May we also have 2 dates. From kind of May onwards, June, July, August next year, it's kind of week on, week off for us at the moment, so there is a couple of dates left. Yeah, look, I just can't stress it enough. If you have, if you have got a quote from us, or if you are looking at postponing a date but you're still a little bit unsure, you've got to just touch base with your venues, try and lock in a new date if you can. Lock us in for a date, and then even if you don't know all the details or you feel like there might be some things that have changed down the track, it's absolutely fine, but you really need to lock that date in as soon as possible, so without being all stressful and putting the pressure on. Yeah, try and get that date locked in really quickly. Now we just have a little interruption from Mr. Stanley as usual. Oh, come on boy. Now something else that's a little bit exciting, which we thought we'd share with you, is that my partner Frank and I are planning our wedding for next year. We might announce that date a little bit later on. So we're actually going through the planning process ourselves, which is super exciting, and personally I feel like it's been really easy. We might have a little bit of an unfair advantage because we know so many different vendors and so many key suppliers, and I guess it's what we do, every day and every week. So kind of have a pretty clear idea of what it is that we want and how we want it to look. But I just thought I would share something that I feel, it's advice that I always give brides, and it's really interesting to see how that advice that I give when chatting with brides and grooms, how that's actually helping me with my planning process, and it's kind of been really spot on, without sounding, really arrogant over the top. So I just wanted to say, think about your personal style. Think about how you are at home and in your work and in your personal life. Are you super organized? Are you a little more free-spirited? Are you kind of a bold person? You like bold colors, bold tones? Or do you kind of like the more subdued, muted colours and things, a little bit more laid back? Are you a person that takes risks? Are you someone that plays more on the safe side? Do you usually like things kind of all, in their little place, or can they be a little bit all over the place? Think about all those kind of things in your personality and visualise how you want your day to look. How do you want your ceremony to look? How do you want your reception to look? How do you want people to feel on the day and on the night of your wedding? So I know for me personally, I really would like our ceremony to be laid back, a little bit of formalities, but nothing too over the top. I want it to be really kind of casual and heartwarming and a little bit candid and a little bit fun. Don't want it to be, all serious, and I want there to be lots of smiles and tears if that's, how it goes. And in terms of reception, I want everyone to have a really beautiful time, a nice celebration. I want to be part of that celebration. I don't want to be sitting up there on a bridal table, you know, kind of waving to everybody and sitting all perfectly. I really want to enjoy that experience with our guests, because they're our loved ones, they're our family, our friends, and all the people that are closest to us. I'd really like to have a few bold colours in there, but mostly kind of muted tones, whites and creams, having it all kind of classic, romantic in a way, but with a little bit of an edgy twist, some feathers and unusual bits and pieces. So I just think that it's really important to think about what you like in your personal life, what you are as a person, and try and translate that through to your day. In terms of picking supplies, yeah, I've so far found it super easy. I feel like I've got the majority of things kind of ticked off in about 2 or 3 weeks, which I know probably sounds really unfair, because most girls have a bit of a hard time with it, and it takes a really, really long time. It takes months. But I guess my advice to you is look at some key suppliers, check out their social media, check out their Instagram, their Facebook, jump on their website, try and find some suppliers whose vibe fits with you, their style fits with you, they have the right ethics that match with you. Have a chat with those people. Do you find them engaging? Do you feel like you're on the same page and that you connect with them? I think that's one of the most important things, is finding suppliers that you have that connection with. If it's really forced and it doesn't feel natural with them, or if it's like really hard work, you don't want that leading up to your day. You know, there's enough stresses and enough pressure without dealing or, you know, working with people that you just don't really gel with. So I think that's super important. Physically speak to these people and see how you feel talking to them. You know, do you get the warm fuzzies, and, you know, can you feel excited about having them be part of your day? And if you're saying yes to that, then they're probably the right people for you. And if their price, you know, fits within your budget, then lock them in. Just do it. Say yes, tick it off your list, and move on. I think one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give is not to overthink it. And I do see so many girls thinking about things, overthinking about things, thinking about things, going around in circles, and yes, I like this, but what about that? And what about this? And what about that? And then they go around and around, and they end up coming back to the same thing. So to try and eliminate all of that unnecessary stress, just don't overthink things. And obviously we all want it to be perfect, but there's never going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. And in fact, if everything on your day was perfect and regimented and, you know, in its little place, is that really what you want? Or do you want it to feel a little bit more natural and easygoing? So yeah, that's a huge piece of advice, is don't overthink things. Obviously your style is going to change a little bit, especially if you're planning, like I am, a year and a little bit out. There might be little things that need to be tweaked and some little style changes, and that's fine. But if you're planning your wedding organically with who you are as a person, then I think you're going to come back to that, and everything's going to just fall into place really nicely and really easily. So that leads me on to perhaps passing on some of the key people that we love to work with. And I think that's where I've found it the easiest, because we have a great relationship with a lot of people already and a lot of suppliers that we just think are fabulous. So we thought it might be nice to share who those people are and what it is that we love about them. I'll also pop up on our story after this their details, so that you can click onto their pages and check them out and, you know, see if they might be the right fit for you. So in terms of celebrant, Georgia Brown, gorgeous girl, really sweet, lovely. We met her at an expo we did last year, one fine day. She's just such a little sweetie, she's beautiful. Weddings by Jess, another celebrant, amazing, engaging. She's so quirky and just, she's obviously one of a kind. A lot of people have some great things to say about her, so jump on their social medias and check them out. Now in terms of photography, this is a bit of a tough one, because we feel like we have a lot of favourites. Obviously it's going to come down to personal style, how these photographers are editing their work, and what relationship you have with them, whether you feel comfortable, does it feel organic with them on the day, and do you feel that you can stand up in front of their camera and be natural and, you know, enjoy the moment. So we love Sorrento Wedding Photography. Their work is just beautiful. Silas Chow, he is a gun. Every single time we've worked with him, he has photos out to his clients, his bride and groom, the same night. So they'll get a sneak peek of a few hundred photos on the night, and I just think that's incredible. That is dedication, and that is going above and beyond. But what a beautiful thing to wake up the morning after your wedding and be able to look back at photos of that night. I just think that's awesome. So definitely check out Silas Chow. Golden Grit, another great company. Their work is really beautiful. Their style is on point. And one of our faves, we've worked with her for quite a few years, is Madeline Kate. Another quirky girl. Her work just is incredible. Her style is super natural, and I think everybody that meets her just feels really, really warm and fuzzy and very comfortable with her. In terms of cakes, Miss Ladybird Cakes, Gina is the owner. Her cakes are delish. They look amazing. She's easy to work with, easy to contact. Seamless delivery on the day. She's just gorgeous. We've worked with her for about 7 years now, and can't recommend her highly enough. And Philpa Margets, she's a little bit new to the industry, I think. We've worked with her a couple of times. Her cakes are delicious. She's a really lovely girl. She was on time, you know, everything was perfect. She was really amazing attention to detail. So check her out as well. In terms of props, hire things, you know, the bigger bits and pieces that we might not have. Feel good events, they're great. Huge warehouse, super organised, family-owned business. And Weddings of Distinction, they've recently moved down to Cheltenham. They've increased their warehouse size, and they have loads of stuff. Super easy to deal with, really quick response time, so they're really great. In terms of stylist, Juliet from Rough and Rose, she's gorgeous. Her work's gorgeous, it's beautiful. She's a really nice lady, and we've had some really good feedback from her. Makeup, Sunny Cark, can't go past Sunny. She's a lovely lady, we'll be having her in a couple of weeks. Yeah, her makeup's on point. She does a little bit of celebrity work, lots of weddings, events. Yeah, she's gorgeous. In terms of hair, Style by Kiki. She'll be doing my hair for my special day. She's a gorgeous girl, she'll come to you. We've had lots and lots of brides that have had their hair done by Kiki. They've all been really happy. Hair's last of the day, that's a big one. Beauty, lashes, facials, mani, pedi, that kind of thing. Batty Lash, Nadia, she's on Greville Street, Param, so she's one of our neighbours. She's awesome. Her work is all organic, it's cruelty-free, beautiful products. Invitations, Ivory and Stone. We were next to them at the One Fine Day Expo last year. Their work's beautiful. Guy and a girl, can't remember their names, I'm so sorry guys, but their invitations and their stationery gold letterpress, it's just stunning, heaps of options. If you have a look on their Instagram, just see all the different styles, all the different pressing and embossing they can do. Really, really talented people. Signage, Ink and Snow. We had some work done from them maybe last year, the year before. They were great. She was really easy to talk to. She was prompt. Product was delivered really easily. We've also worked with quite a few brides that have used her, and they found her to be incredible and reasonably priced, so check her out. Lighting, Ryan Fish from Melbourne Light Rentals. He's a gun. His work's amazing. He just gets lights up like no one's business. Had this really cool camera at the end. We still don't know how he did it or where he got it from, but it's this camera that just kind of swept through the venue, and it just looked like it was floating, and we got to see, you know, what his lights look like with all the hanging installations. In fact, I must repost that on Instagram. It's super cool. His work's great, so check him out. And last but not least, Bang and Hang-Ins. They do the pretty little backdrops, a little bit of shimmy. So if you want something a little bit different, something a hanging installation, backdrop for your ceremony, feature wall, photo booth type thing, check them out. Bang and Hang-Ins, they're awesome. I'm sure there's plenty of other suppliers I've worked with that we love too. If I can think of any more that we really want to give a shout out to and say that they're great, then I'll pop them on too. And in the meantime, if you have any questions at all, you know, you can always give us a call, email us. We're still here, we're just not making flowers, and we've got plenty of time in our hands, so we would love to hear from you. And in terms of dates, like I said, I can't stress enough. If you're thinking about a new date, if you're thinking about locking in your date, talk to us, get the date locked in, let's figure out the details later. And I guess in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, happy wedding planning, happy thinking about all the pretty things, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.